Hi, I'm Michelle Silman, and I have a God story. My parents got divorced when I was 7 years old. My mother left me and my younger sister. She abandoned us and spent several years in and out of prison for various reasons. At 17, I joined the military, the Air National Guard. I met my husband at 19, and we got married when I was 25. A few years later, we had 2 sons, Taylor and Zachary. Through the years while I was working through my anger, my bitterness, I was strongly encouraged to find my biological mother. My mom had brain cancer. Even though she had a hard time communicating her thoughts, she was very remorseful. She allowed me to grow close to her. Our hearts softened to one another, and time was short. She begged me for several weeks to meet her grandchildren, and I did not know if that was a good idea. Both of our sons, Taylor and Zachary, ages 5 and 3, were both, they weren't in her life, and I just didn't know if that would be a good idea. So Peter, my husband, and I came up with a great opportunity that we would set them up outside in the park adjacent to the nursing home. And my mom had a chance to watch them play for several hours on a fall day, and she sat next to me in the swing and watched them play. My mom and I were able to rehash. She shared a few childhood memories with me, and all while watching her grandchildren play outside. And as time passed, she was elated to be given this opportunity to have met her grandchildren for the first time. When she went to go back inside, I walked with her, and my husband had buckled our sons, Taylor and Zach, in their car seats in our van. Taylor, our oldest, unbuckled his seatbelt after Peter had buckled him in, opened the door to our van as I was escorting my mom inside the nursing home, and he looked at me and said, "I think I need to hug her, Mama." And he ran and he embraced her legs, and she looked at me with enormous tears coming down her face, and it was a look of gratitude and remorse. And she was so thankful for this time. She hugged him and he hugged her. And then he just looked at me with the sweetest face and just ran back to the van, and Peter buckled him in. At that time, I realized so much of my anger and animosity had dissipated, and that God had worked a miracle during this season of our life. My mother accepted Christ on her deathbed. She was prayed over and asked for forgiveness from me. After she passed away, my stepfather invited me to come in and go through all of her personal belongings. I had said to him, "I am looking for a specific picture," and he went into the back room and got it. And this is the picture. And it was an enormous answer to my prayers. I knew God's hand was in that, because no one knew I wanted that picture more than God. This is the journal that I found shortly after my mother had passed away. It highlights and explains the abuse that she endured as a little girl and why she had left me and my little sister. She felt she couldn't be our mom. Walking this out with my mother, it taught me to not lose sight of God and the miracles that He can perform. Restoration, peace that passes understanding, beauty for ashes, because He single-handedly orchestrated this path. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Until I see you again in heaven, thank you for everything you gave me.